I get a lot of comments on how do you hit high, soft shots from around the green in deep rough. This video is going to show you how to set up. It's going to show you the swing technique to hit the shot, and it's a shot that every golfer must have in their bag. One of the questions we get a lot of comments on is how do you hit chips and pitches out of taller rough around the greens? So I'm going to explain that to you today. I'm here at Old Hickory. We're on the driving range, so I'm just using a driving range target because I wanted to find some taller rough. Most of our green surrounds here is zoysia and it's cut at fairway height. But I know a lot of you play on courses where you have fescue bluegrass literally a foot off the green. So this is an important shot for a player of any level to learn to hit. You can't hit it with a traditional chip method unless you have a lot of green to work with, unless maybe you have 30 or 40 feet of green. Because if I hit this ball out of this taller grass with my hands forward with a traditional chip, it won't have any backspin on it, so it'll roll like a bandit. Now, like I said, if you got a lot of green to work with, you can hit that little chunk and run and let it run. But most of the time you don't have that much green, so if the flag's pretty close to the edge of the green, and we have to let loft stop the ball rather than backspin. So you have to learn how to hit it with the most lofted club in your bag. For me, that's a 60-degree wedge, at least a 56-degree wedge, in my opinion, if you don't carry a lob wedge. But learn how to hit this shot and it'll help you. And then if you learn to hit it in different increments of yardage, it'll really help you too. You probably need to learn how to hit it 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards. If you could master those yardages, it'll probably cover about every situation. The only thing we're going to do to hit it farther is literally to swing faster. So it's just a matter of doing it. But setup is everything. So I'm going to set up like a bunker shot. I've done other bunker shots where I've told you not to set up like a tour player. But I'm going to tell you to set up like a tour player on this shot. Because there's not sand that we're hitting, but we're actually hitting the ball, you'll be able to generate enough club head speed with an open stance and an open club face. So I'm going to open my club face, and it's going to be fairly wide open, as you can see from this. That'd be square, that'd be open. And then I'm going to take my grip. So once I get it open, I like to point the leading edge to where the target is, in this case that orange flag. And then my stance is that's open and that points. That tells me exactly how far to open my stance, the club face does. If I didn't open it as much for a particular reason, well, then my stance isn't going to be open as much as that way either, because my club face isn't. So open the club face, point your club face at your target. That'll tell you how much to open up with your shoulders and your feet. And then we are going to hinge our hands. So this is a hinge on the backswing to where I make an L with my lead arm in the club. And then my first move down is going to be to release this club very early on the way down. That's the first thing I'll do, is unhinge. So as I start down, I'm unhinging and I'm letting that club strike the turf. And on my follow through, I would like to still see the face of the club pointing straight up in the air. So most of you slicers do that with your driver, and to fix it, you try to rotate over. Well, there's no rotation on the way through on this shot. We're going to unhinge our hands and then hold that face so it points in the sky. If I'm only hitting it 5 yards, I won't get to the green. I'm farther that away. I'm not going to follow through very far. And so you'll see it hits a very high lofted shot. So this ball's sitting well down in this 4 or 5 inch rough here. I'm going to open my face. This time I'm going to try to fly it on the green, so it's about a 10-yard shot. I'm going to hinge. I'm going to unhinge, turn my body, and leave that face open. Pretty simple shot once you learn to do it. You can see it's very high, soft, and it won't roll very far after it lands. Remember this technique and it'll really save you some shots.